Hi everybody, welcome to today's presentation of which e-commerce to choose. There's a lot of options here, so I thought I'd narrow it down a little bit to a couple of different types, and we can kind of go from there and break it down. Three main types are going to be community-based, turnkey, or self-serve. I'm going to explain a little bit about those and what they are and what the differences are, and from there you can kind of get a little more, educated. Community based is going to be a big one here for a lot of people that are doing cart-side products. Etsy and eBay are big for community sales. So if somebody's going to those sites to look for a product that you sell, it's definitely a way to go. The big thing is for me, like Etsy is if you're looking for something that somebody has handmade, crafted, whatever, that's the generic go-to. Rather than try and search the internet for it, you're going to go to Etsy because that's where everybody goes to sell their stuff that has been handmade and crafted and things like that. So that's a big one. eBay is a little bit different of an experience, but similar idea. It's community based, so you're going to eBay to find what you want to buy, rather than trying to find a store that sells specifically what you want to buy. So it's a little bit of a search engine and a sales funnel in one. Turnkey stores are basically e-commerce sites that you go sign up, pay your fees, and you get a store. So you upload your products. It has all the workflow done. Everything's done. It has lots of options and different kinds of fee bases and things like that. But the big thing is that you're not doing any coding. You're not doing anything crazy. You pick kind of what you want to work with as far as your store. There's a lot of ins and outs of it, but you can get started with just the base of a store. So, for example, something like Shopify, you can set up a store. It's $50. You get usually a couple months free to get your stuff started, but you can add shipping options where you can add, like size, weight, and whatever, and they can calculate their own shipping prices, or you can set standard shipping prices in the standard Shopify setup. But there's apps that kind of work on top of Shopify and work with Shopify that help make your sales more productive. It's great that way. It has good SEO. Everything is kind of built fairly well with Shopify stuff. So it's a good starting platform if you want something that's your site from the beginning, start to finish. Big Cartel is a little bit smaller of an option, I guess. Usually you can get started with those for free. It's yourdomain.bigcartel.com. Nice and simple, cheap, easy. You can pay for inventory management, stuff like that, and kind of add on as you grow. But not necessarily from the start. It doesn't need to be. And BigCommerce is another one like Shopify. I've only used Shopify, so BigCommerce I don't know a lot of. But very similar. They have slightly different variances in what they offer, so pick whatever works best for you. The self-serve option is a very customizable option. Generally revolves around open source code bases, which you upload to your own hosting, your own server, and you can manage it from there. So you can build on top of theme, like on top of the base structure of it. You can theme it however you want. You can build custom flows, like we're going to get into little technical things, but there's lots of options. The biggest one I've used in the past couple of years is WooCommerce and WordPress. WooCommerce is a plugin for WordPress that adds a store into your site. You can customize it any way you want. That's what I do pretty much every day now, is customize WooCommerce stores. It's very the options are limitless. You can do literally whatever you want. And as long as you're working within their base structure as far as sales flows and things like that, you can customize to your heart's content. Like anything you want to do, you can do. OpenCart is very similar. It's just an e-commerce store by itself. It's probably not quite as worked out. It's been a couple of years since I've used it, but it was a little buggy the first time, and it got better. But those are the two that I've used anyway. There's hundreds of e-commerce options, but these are the big ones to me. These are the ones I've used and used the most, so that's what I went with. But as far as like picking what you need, the best bet is to do a little bit of research, figure out kind of where you fit in these three options of like community-based, turnkey, or self-serve, where you want to sit. Generally, people start with either community-based or turnkey, but you can do anything you want. Whatever fits your needs the best, that's the way to go. And that's probably where you're going to be the most successful. So if it's community-based, stick with eBay and Etsy, post up your products, and you can go from there. If you want your own store and your own brand and everything like that, you can do a turnkey option to start, like Big Cartel. You pay like $10 a month and you can get your own domain. It adds inventory management. You get up to like 10 products or something. So it's a good starter package. If you grow from there, you can move into Shopify, BigCommerce, something like that. But the options are pretty endless. In conclusion, figure out what works best for you. That's going to be your biggest hurdle. Do a little bit of research of everything. Figure out if you want like something community-based, something turnkey, or something that you control everything of. And you can kind of go from there. Anyway, that's this presentation. If you guys have any questions, there's my contact information on the slide, and leave a comment and I will answer them as I can. If I get a good comment to add to a list, I've started making a couple lists of different episodes I want to make. So if you have something that you want covered, let me know. And if it's in-depth enough, I will try and cover that in an episode. Anyway, thanks for watching.